Hey guys, gtuys here, and welcome to the first vlog of 2014. And it's late! Yay! Sorry, there was no vlog yesterday. It was just a really bad day in gtuys land. I spent 2 hours trying to make the vlog, and I was having technical issues, I was having speaking issues, and it was just going, really poorly. And then I was like, okay, I'll take an hour break and sew, and get, the tension out, and then try again. And in that hour break of sewing, I managed to muck up a few times and then dropped my iron on myself while I was ironing. And then, I don't know, I was kind of tired. My brain wasn't working right, and I decided that screaming at the iron was the best way for it to stop burning me. So I swore at my iron for 5 seconds as it's sitting on my leg, burning me. I don't know if I thought if I hurt its feelings enough it would stop. But eventually I took it off and it hurt a lot, and then I tried to re-record the vlog, and I watched it afterwards, and it was the angriest thing I've ever recorded because I was still really pissy about burning my leg off. So I decided not to post it because I didn't want you guys to think I was that much of an angry asshole. But it was funny because I posted the picture yesterday of the Vincent Valentine, because that was literally how the vlog was performed, is that Vincent Valentine was talking about cosplay. So here we are. There's a lot more of you this week than there's been in previous weeks, and I just want to take a second to welcome all of you and say that I'm immensely thankful for all of you, and I really hope that I can continue to impress you guys. For whatever reason you decide to like my page, I hope that I continue to deliver on these fronts and that you guys will enjoy my work. I have a cosplay lineup for this year that I'm really, really excited about, and I hope that it will be as fun for you guys to see as it will be for me to make. So, with that being said, the vlogs are kind of, for those of you who are new, they're kind of a weekly deal. I usually use them to show off cosplay progress because I am super bad at keeping up to date on my phone because I take the photos on my phone and then there's 30 and I forget to upload them. And then I decide it's probably not best if I upload 30 photos and fill everyone's news feeds with pictures of seam lines. So I decided I started doing the vlog so I can show things off, and I explain things a little bit better and try and it's easier to use the video medium rather than pictures when it comes to explaining stuff. With that being said, this week I've been working on Snow Villiers from Final Fantasy XIII Lightning Returns, and there's not much to show and nothing that interesting. I'm going to post photos of the pattern pieces because those are really easy just to take photos of and to show off the general shapes that I used. I drafted the pattern and it came together really smoothly. It's a suit, which of course has its challenges because it's a tailored garment, but it's going really well, and there's nothing all that crazy about it. I think my one big suggestion is if you are choosing to make this and you're not drafting your own pattern, I know it looks more like a jacket, but definitely use a suit pattern as a base and add the double-breasted and the jacket overlays on top, just because of the way it's fitted and the way it's tailored. I just think a suit pattern base is probably your best bet to go if you are going that route, if you decide to make this cosplay. Yeah, so because there's not much there, I decided this week would be kind of fun if I did a kind of explanation on why I choose the characters I choose when I cosplay, because I'm going to be slowly leaking out my cosplay plans for the rest of the year, and I guess this is kind of giving you backgrounds onto why those characters made the cut. Obviously, the first thing is I have to enjoy the series and enjoy the character. It's pretty obvious that I'm going to enjoy some more than others. I'm making this video looking at my pictures of Thranduil, Fi, and Wiccan and being it's hard to top those 3 men when it comes to competing for fandom space in my heart. But I can still, I might not appreciate a character as much as I do them, but there's still characters I'll appreciate in series that I'll appreciate and enjoy. I've been told I have a really weird taste in the kind of story forms that I like. And I think that, I don't know, for example, Blood Sea is one of my favorite animes of all time, and it got the worst reviews ever. And I'm maybe I just don't get it. Maybe I'm too easy to please. I don't know. So if there's stuff that shows up there and I'm it's amazing, I love this series, and you guys are just kind of accept it and move on. I'm weird. But aren't we all? yeah, so I guess there's that, and then there's also the obviously the aesthetic aspect of any character. I kind of need to be drawn to that aspect, and I would be lying if I didn't say that there was characters that I wasn't necessarily the most fond of, or series I wasn't the most fond of, but I've seen photos and like watched it and seen a character, and I'm just like, I need to bring that into existence. And then I go and birth the cosplay, as I like to put it. And I mean, those costumes are always fun as well, just because they're such a, I guess, an aesthetic trip as opposed to something that's a little bit more emotional. But yeah, sometimes if I cosplay a character, it's not always necessarily because I'm madly in love with that character. It might be because I just really like the way they look, and or I enjoyed the series and there was no one else in the series that I could really dress up as, or something like that. Usually, if there's a character that I really really love, I'll make a big post on Facebook as why I love them so much, or I'll be talking about them before even cosplaying them. With that being said, I mean, I guess like Snow Villiers is kind of an example of one of those characters that I'm not all that much emotionally attached to, but I did really enjoy the first Final Fantasy 13. 13-2 I had mixed feelings about, and that's why I spoiled 13 Lightning Returns for myself, because I didn't want to cosplay from something that I was gonna like later play and be like, why would I ever dress up from this? So, I mean, obviously I'm not going to spoil anything for you guys, but I liked what I read enough to want to still cosplay from it. And, I mean, I've cosplayed Fang in the past, but Snow seems to be a character that, when it comes to the men in the series, Snow seems to be the best fit for me. And while I did not appreciate Snow so much at first, he's kind of grown on me. There's something endearing about him, and I kind of like his character journey. Of course, as soon as a character turns a little bit dark, now I'm interested in him. That gives you a little bit of perspective again about the characters I like. A friend of mine has described my character preference as the lovable traitor. And I think that's actually pretty accurate now that I think about it and compare it to like different characters that I really like enjoy. They're generally at least a little bit of an antagonist for part of the story. Don't ask me why. I like characters that have a little bit of a dark side to them. It makes them more interesting to me. And also, villains always get the best costumes, let's face it. It's true. Anyways, so yeah, so that's kind of where Snow is coming from. On the other hand, Elsa, the gender bend I'm doing of that, is very much a passion project. I saw Frozen, and the recent Disney films I haven't really connected to on a huge emotional level. And, I mean, they were good. I enjoyed Tangle and Brave, but I was kind of like, I don't give that much a damn about the characters. Personally, they don't really relate to me. But Frozen, I definitely saw aspects of myself in Elsa, and I wasn't prepared for that. So I was a grown man kind of like weeping in a theater filled with children. It was pretty embarrassing. My friend and I both had a very emotional experience when we watched it, so we waited for everyone to leave and kind of hid our heads and then like snuck out of the theater. But yeah, I knew, I mean, as soon as I left that theater, I knew I would have to do a cosplay of it, and that I already was conceptualizing the gender bend in my head. I know people have really mixed feelings about gender bend cosplays, and that's why I try and refrain from doing too many of them. I always appreciate kind of the artism of altering a character and creating something new out of it. But I try and balance gender bends with gajinkas, and every now and then I like to try and conceptualize something that has a geek thematic to it, but isn't necessarily a given character. Because, I mean, I have trained in costume design and studied there, and I like to bring that kind of creative aspect into my work every now and then. So there's some original designs that will be coming into this year. Of course, we're starting with Elsa. And yeah, I think that's about it. In terms of my cosplay choices, as I said, you'll kind of see a lot of the characters I cosplay are blonde, and almost all of them sit on a throne at some point. Don't know if that's a thing for me, but I was just like, the past, like, the 3 cosplays I'm doing are at GNMA are Thranduil, Snow, and Elsa. And there's 2 people there who are royalty, and Snow is seen sitting on a throne in the opening sequence of the game. And I'm kind of like, and they're all blonde, and I'm just like, do I have a type? I think I might have a type. But we'll see. I think there's non-blonde characters that I'm cosplaying this year, as my mind goes blank on anyone who I'm cosplaying. Oh no, there's some. So they're not all blonde, but a fair amount of them are. Don't ask me why. Maybe it's my love of 5D Florate, just like skipping into everything else. For those of you who don't know, Fighty Florid is a character from Clamp series Tsubasa, which is my all-time favorite series of anything, bar none. Don't get me started talking about it because I won't stop. I have a mad love for that series and a super mad love for Fi. He's one of the first characters that, when I was going through my awkward starting to be a real geek phase, he was kind of the one I latched onto and connected to the most. So that's kind of why. I mean, I've been in love with this character since I was like 12, so it's gonna be hard to top that ever. But yeah, and that's why I'm also always nervous to do like a Fi cosplay, because I feel that he's so important to me that I'm like, if I mess up one scene, I'm gonna die on the inside. So I'm gonna try and tackle a Fi cosplay this year. Oh, spoiler! See, this is why the secrets of who I'm cosplaying is gonna last like 2 weeks, because I just spill it out. But Fi is I'm gonna try and tackle a Fi this year just because I really want to. And he's fabulous. Also, Thranduil, every time I see a new one of his outfits, I have this like desperate need to create it. I don't even understand, but just like the image is saved and put into my to cosplay folder. So with all the there and back again photos starting to be like slowly leaked, it's like, ugh. Money and time, but I can't help it. I want to cosplay the Elf King. I was so in love with him in The Hobbit as a book when I read it, and when I read it way back when. I think that was one of the first books that I actually remember reading. I was not a huge reader as a kid, but I definitely enjoyed that book, and I loved the elves, and I loved Mirkwood because there ain't no party like a Mirkwood party. And I love what they did with it in the movies and the kind of visual aspects they've given Thranduil. I think it's really cool, so I am super psyched to continue cosplaying him and do a bunch of his other outfits. So yeah, that's about it. I hope all of you guys are doing well. I know I blabbered a bit on this vlog. It's because I didn't have sewing stuff to show off. Usually when there's that, it's like boom, done. But hopefully you guys will tune in next week to see how Snow is coming together. I'll get to show you guys my giant icicle spear club bat thing that I'm so excited to make. I love ridiculous props. That's another thing. If someone has like a dumb ass ridiculous prop, I am probably going to want to cosplay it because it's fun. It's going to need its own car to get to the con. I love my parents so much. I had to ask them before doing the cosplay. I was like, can you get the spear from my house to the con for me? That would be really awesome. And they agreed, so I owe my parents big time for that. But yeah, so I'll have some updates on that and how the costume's coming together, and hopefully that will be be interesting for you guys. And otherwise, if you're in Canada, I hope you're keeping warm. We're in a deep freeze right now, and it really fucking sucks. If you're in warm places, I am super jealous of you. But I hope you're having an awesome week, and I'll see you next week. Bye.